So in this lesson we're going to start looking at guitar tablature and how to read that. So tablature is a bit like you're looking at your guitar like this, upside down. And the bottom line of your tablature represents the thickest string of the guitar, the 6th string. And the top line of the tablature represents the thinnest string, the 1st string. So if we then have a number on our tablature, that refers to which fret. Now the frets are actually these lines here along the guitar neck. But when we get a number, we're actually referring to putting our finger in the space in between the fret, as close as you can to the metal bar. But we want to start by thinking of this as being, when it's being played with literally no fingers on, like that, we would call that open. And on tablature, that would be referred to as 0. So if you saw a 0 on the bottom line, that would be referring to playing that string with your right hand picking it without any fingers on. Then if it said number 1, that would be expecting you to pick the string with your finger on the very 1st fret, and if it was on the lowest line of the tablature on the 6th string, then you would pick it with your finger there. If it said number 3, you'd have it on 1, 2, 3. And that can be done for any string, so I'll do it now on the 4th string. So if I were to have number 2 on the 4th string, I would put my finger here and I would pick just the 4th string, which would sound like that. So wherever the number is where you put your finger on the appropriate string. So I'm going to take my guitar back now. So now we're going to look how to play the tablature that's on the right of this video at the moment. That should be Smoke on the Water by Deep Purple. And that riff is one of the most famous riffs on guitar. The version we're going to learn doesn't sound exactly like the record, but it's the one that most beginners instantly learn how to play. So let's have a close-up on the guitar neck and let's see how we do that. So you'll see that the very first number you've got is a 0, and that's on the bottom of the tablature, which means it's on the 6th string, the thickest one, the low E string. And to do that, all we have to do is pick that string open, like that. The next number we've got is a number 3, so that means take your finger, and I'm going to say take the 1st finger of your left hand and place that on the 1, 2, 3rd fret of the 6th string. That should, on most of the guitars we've got a bayless chord, that should be the one with the 1st dot on it, unless it's one of our acoustic guitars when it won't have a dot there. So if you place your 1st finger there, then you get a G. So those first 2 notes are open, 3. Both of them only picking the 6th string. So that's E, G. Then it has a number 5 on the same string. So that would be here. So that would be the 2nd dot on the electric guitars or the 1st dot on the acoustic guitars. And I'm going to suggest that we use our 3rd finger for that, our ring finger. So that would sound like this. So it's 0, 3, 5, or E, G, A. Next up, we repeat that, except the A, the 5, has got a 6 after it. So I'm going to tell you to use your pinky, your little finger, to play the number 6. And we're back to number 5. So again, 3rd finger on the 5th fret of the 6th string. Then we repeat the first part again, E, G, A, and back down to G on the 3rd fret of the 6th string, and then back down to E, open on the 6th string. Now I didn't mention that this note here, the 6, is a B flat. So we've got E, G, A, E, G, B flat, A, E, G, A, G, whole thing together should sound like this. So make sure you can play that riff spot on, and then when you've got the hang of that, let's move on to the next lesson where we'll be looking at playing more than one string at a time.